You look tired. That sounds fun. He seems upset. Dinner looks amazing. Your voice sounds different. Seem, look, and sound. These are 3 simple words, right? But they're easy to mix up sometimes. Can you say, you seem tired, and you look tired? What's the difference? Why do we say that sounds fun when we actually can't hear fun? And when should we use seem instead? Yeah, there's actually a lot more going on here than you might think. So today, we're going to look at how people really use seem, look, and sound in everyday English.
Welcome to another Happy English podcast coming to you from New York City. And here's your English teacher, Michael.
All right, thank you, John, and thanks, everyone. It's Michael here from Happy English, and I help people speak English better. And this is Happy English Podcast, episode 1065. Seem, look, or sound. How to use them naturally. And by the way, if you're enjoying learning English with me, make sure to follow or subscribe so you don't miss new episodes. Let's start with look. We use look when we talk about what we can see with our eyes. It's based on appearance. Imagine your friend comes to work with dark circles under their eyes and keeps yawning. You might say, you look tired. You're making a judgment based on what you see. Or imagine someone brings homemade lasagna to a party. Before you taste it, you say, wow, that looks delicious. Again, you haven't tasted it yet. You're talking about appearance. Here are some more examples. That jacket looks great on you. Or, ooh, the weather looks bad. Or maybe you look outside and say, it looks like it's going to rain. Next, let's talk about sound. We use sound when something is based on what we hear or what someone says. For example, imagine your friend tells you about their vacation plans. Oh, we're staying at a beach hotel for 5 days. You might reply, that sounds amazing. Notice something important. You didn't see the vacation, you only heard about it. Here's another example. Your friend answers the phone with a low, quiet voice. You might say, you sound tired. Not you look tired because maybe you can't see them. Or maybe someone tells you about a new restaurant and you say, that sounds good. Again, with sound, you're reacting to information you heard. The next one is seem. This one's a little different. We use seem when we have a general feeling or impression about something. Like, imagine your coworker is quieter than usual and not smiling much. You might say, you seem upset. You're not only using your eyes or ears, it's your overall impression, your feeling. Or maybe you meet someone for the first time and think, he seems really friendly. You don't know for sure. It's just your impression. Here's another example. Maybe a class feels harder than you expected. You could say, this class seems difficult. That means this is the feeling I get. Next, let's compare these because this is where things get interesting. Imagine your friend didn't sleep much. If you say, wow, you look tired, you mean visually, I can see it. But if you say, you sound tired, it means the way you're talking, your voice sounds tired. But if you say, you seem tired, now it becomes more general. Maybe it's how they look, how they act, and how they speak all together. And here's another comparison. Imagine one of your friends says, oh, I'm thinking about quitting my job and traveling around Europe. You might say, wow, that sounds exciting because you heard the idea. But later, After hearing more details, you might think, that seems risky. Now it's your overall impression. And by the way, we often use these words with adjectives like, you look happy. That sounds strange. They seem busy. Those are very natural English patterns. We also use look, sound, and see with like. For example, that looks like fun. That sounds like a good idea. That seems like too much work. Here too, these are super common in everyday conversation. So here's the key idea. Look is about what you see. Sound is about what you hear. And seem is about your feeling or general impression. Once you understand these small differences, your English will start sounding much more natural. And here's your challenge. Think about people or situations in your life this week. Does someone look tired? Does a plan sound fun? Does something seem difficult? Try making a few real-life sentences using look, sound, and seem. Because, the best way to remember English like this and any other word or phrase in English is to take that word or phrase, write it in a sentence that's true for you or true in your world, and then memorize your sentences. Hey, thanks for listening. And remember, learning another language is not easy, but it's not impossible. And I'm here to help you on your journey.
This podcast was brought to you by Happy English. Please visit myhappyenglish.com. Show your support for Happy English by leaving us a review. Get English, get happy, Happy English.